Okay, this lesson is mostly over positive and negative, but I include increase and decrease in the lesson so that you can discern between the two because they're very similar. Okay, remember you want to label your graphs. So we have an infinity, a negative infinity, and a negative infinity. So if I label that arrow, its x-coordinate is infinity, its y-coordinate is infinity. If I label this one, it's negative infinity, negative infinity. So for interval of increase, remember you put a rock on the graph and you're pushing it upward. So this is all an interval of increase from negative infinity to infinity. It does not ever decrease, so there is no interval of decrease. Now, when we're talking about intervals of where the graph is positive and where it's negative, what you want to do, and you see that I already have my line drawn, you want to make the x-axis so you can see it spot on and see it really, really well, okay? Because everything below the x-axis is where the graph is negative. Everything above the x-axis is where your graph is positive. So you'll want to label the point where it goes through the x-axis. You'll want to label the x-intercept. So this is negative 3, 0. So this graph is negative, and again, we label with x's. It's negative from negative infinity to negative 3. So it's negative from negative infinity to negative 3. Be careful that you don't just write negative infinity, negative 3 on the next blank and put it on the wrong place. This one is positive above the x-axis from negative 3 to infinity. And that's what we have here. Okay, let's look at this graph. Intervals of increase and decrease. Remember, we have infinity, infinity, negative infinity, negative infinity. This arrow is in quadrant 4. That means its x-coordinate is infinity, its y-coordinate is negative infinity. And here, the x-coordinate is negative infinity and the y-coordinate is infinity. All right, this point is going to be of importance here in a minute, so we're going to go ahead and label it. Now, if I put a rock on this graph and push it, I'm pushing it downward. And I'm pushing it downward from negative infinity all the way to infinity. So it has an interval of decrease from negative infinity to infinity. It does not have an interval of increase because it never goes up. All right. Now, this is our x-axis. Okay. Everything above the x-axis is positive. Everything below the x-axis is negative. So this graph is positive from negative infinity to 4. And it is negative from 4 to infinity. Again, this is a quadratic graph. You want to label your arrows, which I did. You want to label your hills and valleys. Your valley is negative 3, negative 1. Your x-intercepts are negative 4, 0, and negative 2, 0. This one is decreasing. This is going downwards from negative infinity to negative 3. So negative infinity, negative 3. It is increasing from negative 3 to infinity. So there you are. Now, it is positive. Everything above the x-axis is positive. So from negative infinity to negative 4, it's positive. Union, this is how we show another interval. Union from negative 2 to infinity. It is negative from negative 4 to negative 2. Thank you.